Welcome to the Hospitality Playbook, your go-to space for real talk, real stories, and real strategies from the world of hospitality. So take a seat, get inspired, and let's kick off today's episode. Let's go around the table. Tell us your name, your role, and one fun fact about yourself.
I am Kayti Radigan. I'm the Chief Operations Officer for Liv Hospitality. I have been with the company just over 14 years. And my fun fact is I am a twin and my mom is a twin.
I feel like we need your twin in the company too.
If you need somebody to do eyelashes, she's got you.
Yeah. I probably do need help in that arena, but I think I'm out.
But I remember you saying that the twins skipped a generation with your kids, right? Isn't that how it typically works?
Usually I think, yeah, but we each have 3 kids and neither of them are twins.
I'm Britton Simmonsma. I'm the Chief Revenue Officer and been with Liv for 13 years now. My fun fact is that I like to garden, and I'll go ahead and just say that I'm not great at it, but flowers are pretty easy.
I'm Ken Klug, Chief Financial Officer. I have been with Liv for, a while. 20 plus years. My role is to work with the finance and the finance people, help everyone with whatever they need to know. Fun fact about me is I like fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Very appropriate on the eve of 4th of July here. I think I saw some social media video of some big boomers.
Someone put that up.
I saw Ken running. That's what I saw.
I know. I saw him running too.
Chad said if he doesn't get an invite next year, he's going to be really upset.
Ken, did you shoot the fireworks off in your yard?
No, we were in Whitewood, where it's legal.
It's a good spot.
That's right. You are the show of Whitewood,
Yeah.
aren't you?
Ken is kind of the mayor of the fireworks show in Whitewood.
There was a lot of people there.
Yeah. About 18 years ago, I actually joined Ken for that show. It was impressive 18 years ago.
It's a little bigger.
I would describe Ken as one of the most helpful people in our company. He is always available to find out information and assist us in every way, shape, or form. And I've never heard him say that's not my problem. So very much appreciate that about Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm David Clydesbaum. I'm the Chief Information Officer for Liv Hospitality. Been with the company for, I think this will be my 19th year. Fun fact about me, I went to school at Black Hill State University, biology and chemistry, plans to be a doctor, pre-med then, and I didn't have the stomach for when we started dissecting stuff, so dropped out, took a year off, went back for business. And during that time is when I started at Cadillac Jacks at the front desk, and that was 19 years ago now.
A few moons ago.
A few moons.
I'm Caleb Arsenault. I'm the CEO of Liv Hospitality, and I have the pleasure of being your moderator for this soon-to-be podcast. But I've been with the company for 18 years and kind of tripped and fell into this business. My wife got me into the business as a banquet server back in 1997 and fell in love with the industry. You know, I've had the pleasure of being the CEO of this company since 2011 and been a part of some unprecedented growth, and it's been a lot of fun. I guess fun fact about me is high school collegiate athlete. I played college football and ran college track. I'm very competitive, which should make for some fun podcasts. And, we're putting this thing together because we just want to have some real talk about hospitality and real stories. You know, as we're searching the podcast world out there, there's just really not a lot of content specific to our industry. And I think there's a lot of experience around this table. You know, there's about 89 years of experience with Liv Hospitality and well over 100 with the total years of experience around the table. And we're all 25 years old, which is really cool. But I think we have a lot to offer, and it'll be fun to have some conversations about what this business means. So why don't we talk about what drew you to hospitality to begin with?
I just needed a job.
Well, that's good. You got to pay the bills.
Well, yeah. Going to college, as I mentioned, I just started at the front desk of Cadillac Jacks, checking people in and out.
Which isn't uncommon in our industry.
No.
I mean, a lot of people kind of, like I said, trip and fall into our business because they needed a job. And it kind of gets under your skin. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, never left.
I originally worked in gaming with the South Dakota Commission on Gaming. Gaming became legal in Deadwood in 1989. I joined the Gaming Commission 2 years later. It was Las Vegas, Atlantic City, and then Deadwood to have legalized gaming jurisdictions. So it was the Wild West. There's a lot of interesting things happening, and we were end up writing the rules as we went and changed a lot of things. It was We did some of the first audits. That was really interesting. That's what drew me to the industry, and then I worked from the regulation side to the industry and been working in that side.
And you've been our CFO since?
When ISIS Hospitality was founded in 2006, and that's when I came on board.
We weren't going to mention that word.
Yeah,
It's
now
our
that
history.
the
cat
topic
is out of the
at some
bag.
point.
Can't deny it.
You can't deny it. That's part of our history. Yes, folks, our name was ISIS Hospitality. I think it was 2014 when we ended up changing our name to Liv, because it's the opposite of death. ISIS was named after the Egyptian goddess of nurturing, which is a very appropriate name for a management company where we're going to help our properties. And, of course, global issues happened, and we were forced to change our name. That was a heavy lift.
That was
We did a
interesting
great
times.
job of branding our company.
Yeah, that was rough.
And
though.
worked out well.
I feel like we still find pens once in a while, ink pens.
Once in a
with
while.
ISIS Hospitality on them.
I probably have one in a drawer.
Okay, Britton, what drew you to the business?
I was actually in the banking industry at the time and knew the previous operations director with Liv. And he recruited one of my employees and then recruited me shortly after.
Did he have to pull out all the stops to try to get you, or was it a pretty easy transition for you?
It was pretty easy. Initially, the thought was in the casino, but ended up going to be the assistant GM at Fairfield.
A lot of parallels with hospitality, and especially on the revenue and financial side with banking industry. And on the gaming side, our gaming operations are considered, and we have to fall under the same rules under the Bank Secrecy Act. So
I knew those rules very well.
exactly. So we had, there's a lot of parallels there.
Yeah.
I just kind of grew up in the industry. My mom, when we lived in South Dakota when I was younger, my mom worked at those little mom and pop hotels and motels in Keystone and Custer. And then we moved to Florida and Orlando, which is like, the capital of hospitality. I tried a couple of random gigs when I was first starting, and I just ended up in a timeshare resort and really never left.
This business, in my 25 years of being in it, it does truly get under your skin.
Mm-hmm.
In a great way. It is, and it's the people. The people are the blessing and the curse for sure in our business, but way more blessings than curses. So yeah, there's a lot of amazing experience around this table, and part of our discussions is just try to shed some of that insight, wisdom, and light with our audience, and see what we can help them with, and maybe give some perspective. So what's this podcast all about? Who's the podcast for? And what are some of the themes or challenges in hospitality that we'd be excited to explore? So why don't we just start with, who do you guys think this podcast is for? Who's going to actually listen to the five of us?
I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one.
I actually think it's for the aspiring person that is looking to get into this business. Maybe they're in a hospitality program and they want some real talk about what it actually is about. I also think it's for the seasoned veteran who's been in it and is looking for some inspiration, wants to get some new perspective, maybe needs some motivation. Maybe they're getting burned out. This business is hard. It's 365. It's 24/7. And, I think as a group, as hospitality professionals, we can support each other and help motivate each other with some stories and some insights and maybe some different approaches to the challenges we face. So I think that's who this is for. What do you guys think?
I think it's for, again, aspiring people looking to get into the industry or curious about it. There's a lot of unknowns, I feel like, if you're not in the industry, about what we do and how we do it, and making it fun for them. And then, again, also leaders that are currently in the industry and looking for some guidance or just a good laugh, because I'm sure there's going to be quite a few of those.
I agree. Hopefully we're entertaining.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect getting into all of this. It was your idea here, Kurt,
I know.
to do this thing, and I just ordered the stuff and set it up. And I don't know. I'm here sitting around the table around you guys, and we usually talk more serious. But I don't know. I'm interested to see what comes out of all this.
Well, you're gonna actually help with the content. So
Well, I'm here.
And again, guys, this isn't scripted. We're just going to talk, and it's going to be just real talk about hospitality and what it means to be in this business and what it means to be successful in this business. I'm pretty bullish about the fact that we're pretty good at what we do, and we perform, and And, we measure our success by financial success and by the experience that our associates have and by our shareholders benefiting. So it is I think it's going to be very interesting, and we want to keep it real for sure. Ken, who do you think this is for?
I don't know. I think maybe a young person decided if this is what's the industry all about. I mean, everybody always sits on the outside and goes, "Oh, that's got to be so easy." It's everybody's job is easy if you don't do it, and they don't see the backside of, "Oh, here's the phone call at 3:30 in the morning because we have a water sprinkler break," or all the various different things that happen. I mean, it's a 24-hour every day of the week. The hotel casino industry is just always open.
It is.
And I don't think a lot of people understand that's a lot. And it's not like you just leave at 5 o'clock and like, oh, I'm done for the day, and just go home and do your thing.
That's what makes this industry so dynamic, is it happens all the time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you think it's for, Britton?
I'm kind of with Ken there. There isn't a lot of insight about what it's about, what it looks like, how your day goes as a manager, when you have the emergencies happen, and those kind of things. So maybe we can share some stories and some insight on how we've handled some of those things.
So what's a myth about our business that you would love to debunk as part of this show? Maybe it's a whole episode. But if I'm looking at getting into the hospitality industry, and of course I'm weighing lots of things, what's a myth? What am I going to hear that really isn't true in your mind, that is really difficult to overcome?
We pay low wages, and
Amen.
it's not worth it, like for what, we've talked about it, we're on all the time. So being on all the time with really low wages, it really deters people from moving into our industry.
So the myth is?
Low wages.
So what can someone expect to make in this hospitality industry? Because I get on this soapbox all the time with my colleagues and peers, and it is real, and it's tough to overcome that we're the entry level, which in many cases we are.
Mm-hmm.
But if you want to make this your career, what can you make?
I don't know. I get paid in tacos, so.
You get tacos?
If the Department of Labor is listening, she is not telling the truth. We actually do pay her.
I need tacos.
Did Kayti write the side contract for tacos?
Is a 6-figure salary in our industry out of reach?
No.
How many people in our company get paid 6 figures, roughly, do you think?
I think it's around 20 to 25 in all of Liv Hospitality.
That's pretty precise by Mr. CFO over there. I think he's about
Well,
right.
we do some testing in the 401k
Yeah,
plan.
he might see that. So in our company, we have 25 or more people that are making 6 figures or more. And we have this doggone reputation as an industry of being low paying. And there is a remarkable career path for anyone who's willing to work hard in our industry and make really good money.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a great one. Any other myths out there that you would want to share with the audience and bust?
In the casino industry, I always know there's a talk of like, oh, you can just turn down the machines whenever you want.
Ooh.
And it's not nearly as simple as that. Now, with some of the service-based games, you could. I don't think our regulations allow that, but you could do that, make a change. But
Yeah.
in the old days, it was all chips.
When I managed casinos, I used to joke that I broke my screwdriver tightening them so much. So they can't get any tighter than they already are. I don't have the screwdriver anymore.
Oh, gosh, I remember those chips. They were awful.
Yeah,
Always broke a pin.
Yeah, they're
when you mentioned
EPROMs.
Screwdriver.
EPROM chips, that's what they're called, yeah.
And it is a very highly regulated industry. So it's not like you just go change things. I mean, they make
No.
you seal these things. They take away your access to do them. So once you set them, they're tested for that setting. And then you actually physically have to break a seal on these EPROM chips in order to change them. So server-based gaming is a whole different world for sure. But they're very similar deterrents to monkeying with, hold percentages. I will tell you, casinos have a hold percentage.
A target hold percentage that they want to hold, yes.
Which means that the odds are not in your favor as a player. Now, people do win, but over time, the casino is going to win. It has a hold percentage. So gaming should be entertainment. Gaming should be something that is fun and is like going bowling or going out to a movie. It's an activity, but going into a casino expecting to win is probably not a good thing because odds are not in your favor. There is a hold percentage on slot machines and table games. So over time, the casino certainly will win. But the myth is those get changed all the time.
Right. Depending on how busy the casino is, we're going to tighten down the chips, or we're going to loosen them up so more people come in, or you just could just change it whenever you wanted.
And I think a casino episode would be a fun one to do. We should probably do one of those.
Mm-hmm. We could have some guest speakers. It'd be fun. The casinos are just a whole interesting world of its own.
Very much so. Any other myths out there?
The rooms clean themselves.
We're getting there.
Here's a myth that I would bust. Part of the sexiness of our industry is I want to open a bar, or I want to open a restaurant, and it's going to be a great investment. And they can be a pretty good investment, but food and beverage is really hard to turn a profit. And between labor and product costs. So I would say the myth is it's really easy to just open a restaurant, you open your doors and things work, and it's easy to make money doing. And you really have to have a strategic plan in order to operate at F&B profitably, which we probably should have an episode about food and beverage and what that looks like. Is there anything on the horizon in this business that you're excited about, that you see as potential that will revolutionize the industry or become a mainstay in our day-to-day activities?
Well, I think the front desk in the hotel system is, as a digital key and things like that come along, it's going to be less and less human interaction, and we'll have a front desk at all at some point, or more of a concierge position that'll be here to answer questions versus check people in and check them out.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stuff in the tech space, from the automations to AI to many different things that will likely get a foothold here at some point, and you'll see it everywhere.
I think tech's probably the biggest piece of it. It affects every single one of our departments, and that's the fastest changing piece as we've gone, is anything tech related.
Robots, they're coming.
We have them.
We do have some.
They're taking over the world.
Yeah. Not really, but I think, when we talk about even just making the industry more sexy or appealing to the younger generation, I think technology drives that, and opening opportunities for individuals to work with robots or work with whatever that looks like is going to be attractive.
And I got to tell you, that's one thing I love about working with the people around this table, is you guys do not shy away from technology. And I think our industry as a whole is behind the curve so bad. You take a look at, a global company like Marriott, and they're using a FOSSI, which is a DOS-based property management system. DOS. What year are we? We're 2025. So
I keep telling them it's actually a modern OS. It's Linux, but yeah.
It's Linux, right?
Yeah.
Come on, though. Still, it's not modern.
Yeah, it's all terminal-based. No mouse clicks.
At some point, F keys are going to go away from keyboards, right? And it probably will change everybody's world that's used to using it. But our industry as a whole is so slow to adopt some of this technology. And I just think that needs to be an accelerated effort across the board in the hospitality space. And I think we're getting better. And, we obviously work with a number of different franchises, and I would have to tip my hat to Hilton. I think they're the leader in the franchise space in terms of technology.
But there is a lot of resistance to change on a lot of different fronts. Yeah, you got to try, experiment, fail to see what works.
Absolutely. And I think our industry is all about the tried and true, and maybe not as much about the R&D and trying to fail forward in a lot of those efforts. So, yeah, the technology is a big piece. And I agree with Ken. I think at some point, the hotel guest experience when you walk into a hotel is going to be a concierge that greets you and asks you if you have any questions. And you will not need to check in because you've already done it on the app. And, many of our franchises are already there, but you'll be able to just go right to your room. And I use it everywhere I go now. I just think it's a much better experience. And if we can take a more service approach with the team that we have working at the hotel front desk as a concierge, I think that's a really healthy thing across the hotel space. And I think every department looks a little different in terms of how technology is going to change that, but that is definitely one of the major players as we look to how hospitality is going to change. What do you guys think about the next episode? What topic should we talk about? What's near and dear to your heart that you feel like others would appreciate hearing about?
Stories, just fun stuff. I mean, at the beginning, we don't need to jump all into the super serious stuff. Let's go to
Just stories?
just stories. I don't know, staff-based ones. What do you say? Because anybody in the industry that's going to be one of the first stories where they originate from, I imagine, and coming from other industries, I'm sure they're going to have their own that might resonate in some way, and maybe we start there. Staff. I'm sure, Katie, you got plenty of stories.
I love saying, wow, that has never happened to me before. At some point, I'm going to stop saying that.
I don't think so.
I don't think you will.
Nope.
I think it'll keep going.
Always something new.
That's a new one. Yes, we say that often.
That's a first.
We have often sat around this table, this group, and everybody gone, huh, that is new.
It's part of the spice of it, though,
Yeah,
right? It keeps
absolutely.
it fresh. Keeps it interesting. All right, David's saying stories.
Just an idea.
Yeah, no, that's good. Ken, any thoughts on what maybe?
I mean, I like
topic?
stories, ideas. I don't know if it's the nitty gritty of what we do in the industry. What do we look at? I mean, is it analyzing star reports? Is it talking about the parts of what makes the front desk go? Or
Sure.
I don't know. I mean, like you said, you could have a hotel industry series almost, casino, food and beverage.
I think one of our challenges is going to be kind of picking a subject matter and kind of sticking to it, because I think it's going to go all over the place. So, and maybe we just let it go all over the place. I think that's kind of fun too.
There's going to be subtopics that I think are going to be harder to talk about than others. I think, Ken, your and my departments are going to be a little more where we can get people a little glassy-eyed talking about details of it. But IT and accounting.
Not the sexiest
But, I mean,
worlds.
there's certainly components.
Those are
related to it.
riveting.
Yeah.
Riveting, yes. A lot of podcasts about accounting.
Oh, yes. All the girls line up for Ken.
I just want to tell you guys, Ken did get a tattoo of a calculator tape around his bicep. I mean, that's how tough this calculator.
really?
This finance guy is.
Is that
No,
serious?
he's yanking your chain.
I was going to say, you got to show that off.
If I got one, it would come down my forearm, and the adding machine tape would wrap around my forearm.
All right, so we're making plans. Got it.
Rally's coming.
That rally is coming.
Yeah, no, I think there's a bunch of different ways we could go with this, and I think just having us sit down and have a conversation for an hour or two is really healthy and important, and I think there's a lot of insights that we can bring, but we'll bring a guiding subject matter to the next episode, and we'll see where the conversation goes from there. But, it's been kind of weird with the headphones on and the mics in front of our faces here, but, I mean, you guys seem fairly comfortable with this, actually. You getting used to it a little bit?
Well, we'd sit around and talk all the time.
Works out.
Yeah.
He's like,
This is my
get me out of
favorite.
these things right now. Just wait till we bring the video. We're actually
No.
going to video record this. It's going to be great.
Oh, but Kitty, you talk with confidence. It sounds great. No one would know unless we were talking about it right now.
That's awful.
All right. Well, I appreciate your guys' time. We'll sign off for now, and we'll see you next time around. And, look forward to our next conversation. We'll chat soon, team. Thanks very much. 5 voices, 1 mission. Welcome to the Hospitality Playbook.
How do I stop this thing?
No.